Deep within the barren, sun-scorched expanse of the Nevada desert lies a stretch of land that officially did not exist for decades. It is a place surrounded by jagged mountains, endless dust, and a perimeter guarded with a level of security that borders on paranoia. Beyond the warning signs and the heavily armed patrols is a military installation that has captured the imagination of the entire world. It is known by many names: Dreamland, Paradise Ranch, Homey Airport, and Groom Lake. But to the public, it is simply Area 51. For over half a century, this highly classified United States Air Force facility has been the epicenter of global conspiracy theories. It represents the ultimate modern myth, a blank space on the map where the government hides its darkest, most world-altering secrets. The story of Area 51 does not begin with extraterrestrial visitors. It begins with the terrifying reality of the Cold War. In the 1950s, the United States was locked in a silent, desperate struggle for intelligence against the Soviet Union. The Central Intelligence Agency needed a completely isolated location to test a revolutionary new spy plane, a machine that could fly higher than any radar could detect. They found the perfect spot in the Nevada desert, an ancient dried-up salt flat called Groom Lake, located about 83 miles northwest of Las Vegas. The flat, hardened surface of the lake bed provided a natural runway that was miles long, perfect for experimental aircraft. Furthermore, the surrounding mountains acted as a natural fortress, blocking the base from the prying eyes of the public and enemy spies. The first major project developed here was the U-2 spy plane, a silver ghost that could cruise at an altitude of 70,000 feet. When commercial airline pilots and citizens on the ground caught glimpses of these silver streaks reflecting the sun at impossible heights, the rumors began. People began reporting unidentified flying objects. The government, rather than revealing their top-secret spy plane, happily let the public believe they were seeing flying saucers. The UFO myth provided the perfect cover story for classified military testing, a convenient distraction that the intelligence agencies used to their advantage. Following the U-2, Area 51 became the birthplace of even more bizarre and futuristic aviation projects, such as the A-12 Oxcart and the F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter. These aircraft looked completely alien. With their sharp geometric angles and radar-absorbing black paint, they did not resemble anything built by human hands. As these black projects took to the night skies over Nevada, the legends of Area 51 only grew stronger and more elaborate. But the true explosion of the Area 51 mythology occurred in 1989, thanks to a man who stepped out of the shadows and onto a Las Vegas television broadcast. His name was Bob Lazar, and his explosive interview would change the way the world looked at the Nevada desert forever. Lazar claimed that he was a physicist who had been hired by the government to work at a highly classified sub-facility located just south of Area 51, called S4. According to Lazar, S4 was built directly into the side of a mountain, its hangar doors painted to match the desert rock and sand. He told the public that his job was not to build airplanes, but to reverse engineer the propulsion systems of captured extraterrestrial spacecraft. Lazar described seeing 9 different flying saucers parked inside these hidden hangars, machines that defied all known laws of physics. He claimed these craft did not use jet fuel or rockets. Instead, they manipulated gravity itself using a heavy, stable element that did not yet exist on the periodic table. He called it Element 115. He said this mysterious fuel allowed the ships to bend space and time, making interstellar travel possible. Lazar also mentioned seeing documents detailing the involvement of alien beings, specifically small gray entities originating from the Zeta Reticuli star system. The government immediately denied his claims. They stated they had no record of his employment and no record of his degrees from prestigious universities. Critics argued that Lazar was a fraud who had invented a brilliant science fiction story, but others pointed out that his knowledge of the base's security procedures was shockingly accurate. Following Lazar's interview, Area 51 became a pilgrimage site for UFO enthusiasts, amateur investigators, and curious tourists from across the globe. They drove down the extraterrestrial highway, a lonely stretch of asphalt cutting through the desert, hoping to catch a glimpse of strange lights in the night sky. people gathered at a dusty mailbox on the edge of the perimeter, pointing their cameras toward the mountains, waiting for the impossible to appear. What they found was a security apparatus unlike anything else on Earth. The perimeter of Area 51 is not marked by massive concrete walls. Instead, it is defined by a simple wire fence and signs authorizing the use of deadly force against anyone who dares to cross the line. The real security lies hidden in the desert landscape. The hills are littered with motion sensors, ground-penetrating radar, and high-tech cameras disguised as rocks and bushes. Before a trespasser even gets close to the fence, their presence is detected by a silent network of electronic eyes and ears. The perimeter is constantly patrolled by anonymous private security contractors driving white pickup trucks, commonly known as the camo dudes. These guards never speak to civilians. They sit on the hills with high-powered binoculars, watching every single movement on the public land. If a tourist takes one step over the boundary line, the camo dudes immediately summon local law enforcement, leading to heavy fines or immediate arrest. The absolute unyielding secrecy of the base only fuels the belief that they are hiding something monumental from the human race. Over the years, former military personnel have slowly come forward to share their stories of working at Groom Lake, though their tales are much more grounded in reality. They describe a harsh, stressful environment where employees are flown in daily from Las Vegas on unmarked passenger planes known as the Janet flights. These workers talk about testing captured Soviet radar systems during the Cold War, dismantling enemy technology to find its weaknesses. They talk about toxic chemical spills, dangerous working conditions, and the immense psychological pressure of keeping secrets from their own families. But despite these earthly explanations, the core mystery of Area 51 refuses to die. The connection to the Roswell incident remains a constant topic of debate. In 1947, a mysterious object crashed on a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. The military initially claimed it was a flying disc, then changed their story to a weather balloon. Conspiracy theorists firmly believe that the wreckage of that craft, along with the bodies of its alien crew, were secretly transported to the hangars of Area 51. The idea that the most advanced technology in human history is locked away in a desert bunker is a compelling narrative that appeals to our deep desire for answers. In 2013, a milestone was reached. Following a Freedom of Information Act request, the CIA finally officially acknowledged the existence of Area 51. They released a declassified map showing the location of Groom Lake and detailed its history as a testing site for the U-2 and Oxcart programs. However, the documents contained heavily redacted pages, blacked-out paragraphs that hid the details of operations conducted in the modern era. The acknowledgement did nothing to silence the theorists. In fact, many saw it as a calculated move, a partial truth designed to hide the bigger picture. The cultural impact of Area 51 reached a bizarre peak in 2019 when an internet joke sparked the Storm Area 51 phenomenon. Millions of people signed up online for an event proposing to rush the gates of the base, claiming that the military could not stop all of us. While the actual event turned into a peaceful desert festival, it forced the United States military to issue stern warnings about the defense of the installation. It proved that the fascination with Area 51 is not just a fringe hobby, it is a massive ingrained part of global pop culture. Today, satellite imagery reveals that Area 51 is constantly expanding. Massive new hangars, huge runways, and mysterious new structures are continuously being built. What are they working on now? Aviation experts speculate they are developing the next generation of hypersonic drones and advanced stealth bombers. Some believe they are testing directed energy weapons, lasers, and sophisticated electronic warfare systems meant to dominate the battlefields of tomorrow. But the UFO community insists that the true alien artifacts have long since been moved to even more obscure and deeply buried facilities. Places like the Dugway Proving Ground in Utah or massive underground bases hidden beneath the mountains of Colorado are said to be the new homes for off-world technology. Area 51, they argue, has become a decoy, a highly publicized distraction that keeps the world's attention focused on the Nevada desert, while the real secrets are hidden elsewhere. Regardless of what is actually inside those hangars, the true power of Area 51 lies in its impenetrable silence. It is a mirror that reflects our profound distrust of authority and our desperate hope that we are not alone in the vastness of the universe. When we look at the warning signs and the razor wire, we are not just seeing a military base. We are looking at the edge of human knowledge. The government maintains that national security requires this level of classification, that the tools needed to protect the country must be forged in total darkness. But transparency is the enemy of mystery, and as long as the gates remain locked, the imagination of the public will fill the void with incredible stories. Will there ever be a day of disclosure? A moment when the hangar doors open and the president announces that the rumors were true all along? Or will the desert eventually reclaim the base, burying its classified history beneath centuries of shifting sand and silent rock? The truth is trapped behind a wall of security clearance, guarded by men with no names under the blinding heat of the Nevada sun. We may never know what flies through the airspace of Groom Lake when the cameras are off and the moon is hidden. The enigma of Area 51 is woven into the very fabric of the unknown archive, a permanent reminder that the greatest secrets are hidden in plain sight. Keep your eyes on the skies, question the official narratives, and remember that some lines in the desert are drawn for a reason. Thank you for venturing into the unknown archive. What do you think is really hidden inside Area 51?